Hello and welcome to English 101. My name's Jeannie Anderson and I'll be the instructor for the course. I'm really looking forward to a great semester. Now I'm recording this video both for my summer class and for my fall class, although we're going to be looking at the course shell for summer. Not much will change. So those of you who are watching this in the fall, pretty much the first week is the same for both classes. With the exception that there's more work involved in the first week for summer. So things you should know about the class: it starts right away, and you need to be online completing assignments the first week of class because there will be a deadline. This course requires your time and attention. In a 3-credit-hour college-level class, students should be prepared to attend class 3 hours per week. That's what you would do if you took a face-to-face class. And then typically you should be prepared to devote about 6 hours per week to readings and assignments. Now, of course, that varies based on how fast you read, how quickly you're able to complete your assignments. But if you can't go wrong by planning this at least this amount of time for each week, and then seeing how quickly you're able to get everything done. For this class, you attend class by reviewing the content set up in each module, so you want to review the weekly content. And then you also attend class by participating in the in-class assignments. Now those could be discussion boards, those could be working on peer review groups, completing a journal, or completing your blog assignments. You complete assignments outside of class. That means you don't have to be on Blackboard to complete these assignments, but you complete these assignments outside of class by reading the assigned texts and crafting your papers. And we're talking all the different stages of the writing process, whether you're pre-writing, which we do a little bit of that on the blogs, you're drafting, you're revising, you're editing. Those are all outside class activities. For the summer, since we meet over 8 weeks, you will need to double your efforts. Lastly, this class is highly interactive, so it is important that you log in 2 to 3 times a day to participate in discussions, blogs, or peer groups each week. So these assignments are kind of spread out throughout the semester, so you can refer to the schedule to see what you need to accomplish each week. Now, let's get started taking a look at Blackboard. First, we have the announcements tab, which will have all of our announcements here. And I'm going to take us off edit mode. I wanted you to be able to see the announcement because it's not published yet. But let's go to the syllabus page. And for both summer and fall, you will have a PDF file that has everything you need to know for completing the course, all the policies and the textbooks and how assignments are laid out. The book is the Norton Field Guide for Writing, and if you are taking English 102 with me at a later semester, we will use this same book. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. Excuse me. And this last page is a course at a glance, and it includes all the deadlines for each week along with the assignments that are due. So you might want to print this out and check things off as you complete them. Okay, and there's an instructor tab which has my information. The best way to reach me is through email. I don't check voicemail very often, if ever, so email is really the best way to go. All the course content is divided by either, for the fall, there will be 1 folder a week. For the summer, I've taken those fall folders and there's 2 folders per week. The only exception for summer is that week 4 we'll have assignments due on Tuesday, but because of the 4th of July holiday, we won't have anything for the rest of the week. So, but let's take a look at the first weeks. This is the first half of the week for summer and the first week for fall. So first you have learning outcomes for every weekly folder so that you know what to expect, along with the deadlines. They're published as well. and the assignments that are due. Your reading assignments will always be posted. And then any videos or additional materials that you're asked to view, for this week there's a participating in online discussions video. And then there's a link to the icebreaker discussion. Now you can also reach the assignment links on the shortcuts section of the left menu bar, and we'll get to that in a moment. But each week you can see the weekly content is laid out as such. All the deadlines, this is a copy of that same page that's on the last page of the syllabus. The only difference is that the readings are also put here for quick reference, so you can look through there. Okay, my grades, obviously if you want to see your grades you would click here. This won't get me anywhere because I'm not a student. The shortcuts section is an important section. When you need to turn in your assignments, this is basically where you're going to do it. If you're turning in a paper assignment, you would click on paper 1, and then notice that under section 1 there's something called assignment files, and the PDF is linked here. So for the first paper you can go ahead and look at the file that explains what you need to do for the first paper. Okay, and then you would upload that document, add comments if you want, and then click submit. And you can see there's 5 papers for the course, and so you would turn those in here. These bring you actually back right into the content folders, so you can also find these links in content. All right, paper 5 is just a resume assignment, and I'll talk a little bit more about this later, but even though it's due the last week, I'm going to give you an opportunity to turn in a draft by mid-semester if you want to get some feedback from me. So you can work on this assignment in advance if you want. Okay, so for the discussions, I've changed things up a little. I used to have a discussion for each module, and they just didn't really seem to work. There just wasn't a lot of discussion going on. So we just have this first icebreaker discussion, and then there's a questions forum that you can post your questions, and me or your classmates will answer them. I also recommend you send me an email, because since there's not a lot going on under this tab, I don't always check it, and I'm sure your classmates don't either, but it is a place where you can post a question, and hopefully we'll get some chatting going on in the cyber cafe as well. And then if you're late turning in your draft, there's a peer review wasteland where you can post a late draft and see if you can find a peer review partner that way. I assign all peer review partners the day after the draft is due, and I only assign to people who have turned in their drafts. So this first discussion, if you click here, you can see there's instructions, and then I've actually posted a response to this discussion that you can review and get to know me as well. So under peer review, there will be a group. The whole class is actually grouped in each group, and so you'd go to the draft exchange and down to file exchange, and then you'd add your draft here. And this is where I'll retrieve drafts to review them, and I review the first and third papers and give you feedback. And then your classmates can retrieve your paper for peer review here as well. And then the same is true for when you turn in your peer review. So when you want to get your peer review from your classmate, you would go here for each paper, and you can see there's one for each. So that is peer reviews. The blogs are basically a place where we start pre-writing our papers. And so there will be a prompt that is related to the paper assignment. to kind of get you putting your ideas out there. The blogs are great because they give you an idea of what other people are doing, and it gives you an opportunity to get feedback from your classmates. You can see, I posted a sample here. If I were taking the class, this is what I would have written for this blog, and I included a graphic of a favorite book of mine. So, and I do that for each blog. And then finally, the journal assignments. Well, the blog assignments are classmate to classmate. The journal assignments are classmate to instructor, student to instructor. So you and I are the only people who see these. And you can see there's a total of 8 journals for you to complete, and you pick 6 of the 8 to complete. You can complete the last 2 for extra credit if you wish, but you're basically just going to click on, read the prompt. This first journal is going to ask you to read up on run-on sentences and fragments, and then you'll be asked to complete a 150 to 200 word journal that addresses what you learned, things that you knew but didn't really apply, things you struggle with, ways that this tutorial has made you aware of issues. Basically anything. I've put these 5 suggestions here. You don't have to address them all. They're just there to help you think about, what should I say when I complete this journal assignment? So, and then there's online resources that you see, I think, in every Blackboard shell. But this is essentially the course. Let me know if you have questions, and I look forward to working with you online. Have a great day, and I will see you on Blackboard.